What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files, our very first one for 2024. Happy New Year. Hope you guys are enjoying this year so far, and it's going great. I'm really happy to kick off another year of LFF. Happy to see so many of you all regulars already chilling in the chat. Looking forward to this big conversation talking about top five. And of course, I assume that like you guys are like me, you're probably gonna have more than five. But I was looking back thinking there are a couple of figures that I missed out on, not because I was like, oh no, I don't want this figure, but just January 1st, 2023 came, December 31st, 2023 came and went, and there were still some figures on my I gotta get those figures by the time the year's out, and I just didn't get around to them. So those are the figures I'm talking about in terms of which ones from the past that you didn't get. Now the past can include those Marvel Legends, the Void Wave figures that just barely creeped out before December 31st, something like Mutton Junkyard, anything that was released last year for me, I'll break it down. They're a little bit more recent or less recent than some of those ones that just came out the last week, but definitely have some on that category. Then for the present, that is for figures that were revealed over the course of the year that you might not have gotten around to seeing and all that good stuff, but they're coming. In some cases, they just went up for pre-order today. So definitely got to give a shout out for those figures that that you're going to get as soon as they become available or for pre-order. And then the future is, what are some not yet announced revealed figures that you're really hoping will come out before the end of this year, or at least get revealed and announced from your favorite companies? But before I get into all that, let's say what's up to everybody here in the chat. Thank you all so much for hanging with me. And Blake Tarpley, my man, thank you so much for the very first super chat of 2024. Thank you so much, my friend. I do greatly appreciate you. Happy 2024, Jeff. Here's to a great, healthy year with lots of great figures to file. One can only hope, my friend. Hopefully, we're going to do it. Ryan Daly, what's up, man? Already got two lists, and now I just be waiting. Yeah, you were here at 6:56, so I know you got your list all set and ready now. James Green, great topic. I can't wait to hear your guys' list. Me neither. This is the fun for me because I always know I'm already laying down. I'm working kind of like, oh, you know what figure I want to get? This one. So it'll be fun hearing what you all come up with as well. Tom Finn, ground rules, Jeffrey. We need ground rules. Hopefully you got them now. And it looks like Blake broke them down for you, but I just repeated them so you can still have time to work through your list. Hey, Jeff, how are you? I'm doing great, Blake. Everyone pre-ordered the Angel. I feel like a lot of people did. There were a lot of excitement about people, at least when I was posting on the dashboard. Lots of comments. Some people were like, it's not a figure of the year. She's using an old Vulcan body. Like, for me, it is definitely in my running for top five figures of 2024 with 4 days into it. But I'm really excited. I think the figure's going to hold up and at least be in my top five Marvel Legends, because I don't see a lot of figures knocking out a figure that I really wanted for years. I mean, I was having that Toy Biz Angel hovering and knocking over everything for so long. Now I'm going to have an Angel on my shelf that I won't need to use a stand, keep supported. It looks like he can stand up just fine using the wings that he has. He's got good feet. Looks like he won't topple over anytime I catch him a sideways glance. I'm very excited about that. So he's definitely going to be on my list. Tom Finn did pick up Angel on Amazon. That's good. 80s kid from the 90s is here. Badger Wolf Prime, what's up, my friend? Omega 579 is here as well. Hey, what's happening? James Green says, what's up, Thursday Night Crew? What up, Jeffrey? Lefty Two Lions, BK, Happy New Year, LMF Crew, what's up? Afton Child, hey! Austin Wallace, hello, Jeffrey, I made it, woo woo! Glad to see you here. Chamberlain Parks, how's the flight? What's up, crew? Snake Eyes is playing on his PlayStation 5. That's cool. Eventually I'll get mine and I'll be playing on mine as well. Figures Horror Music, what's going on? Hogan Avatar. Is that Hulk with the Hulk? That's kind of cool. I still need to get the Blob. Hopefully you can find him because I'm seeing that he's getting a little bit expensive out there for folks. Henry G. Hey y'all. How you doing today, Jeff? Outstanding, my friend. Happy New Year. Can't wait to see what this year has in store. Henry, I hope you're having an awesome one so far and the fun and excitement only continues. Brent Dash. What's up, Thursday Night Crew? What's up, Brent? Lawson says, looking forward to that. Angels starting the year off right. Absolutely. Then Doom, Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you as well. Can't wait for all the new figures coming. Seriously, I mean, it's funny. It's just like turning the calendar, but it's like, oh, there's so many more figures coming. And now that it's 2024, they're on deck. And I'm already starting to see my local Facebook groups. Some targets are starting to see a bunch of new supplies showing up because my shelves were kind of barren this week. It was like there's nothing here. It was like, hello, can anybody hear me? I felt like it was C3PO on the top of the Tatooine sand dune. It's wild out there. Daniel Ruiz. Yo, Jeff, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing awesome as well. My flights are both all right. I just didn't get any sleep. I usually have no problem sleeping on planes. Me neither, man. I try to stay up just so I can crash as soon as the plane takes up into the skies. Because when we used to go to Vegas, it's a 5-hour flight, and I think I was awake for maybe an hour of it, which was great. Glad you enjoyed seeing my customized cap images. Where's my phone? The phone is elsewhere. Oh, there it goes. So I can show you all what Lawson's customized Captain America looked like. It's pretty cool and really awesome work. So I'm going to show y'all how it turned out as well. There we go. You can kind of see. So you have to chat up Lawson afterwards, but he did the shadow, which I love, and the little water decal on the shield, and that turned out really nice. My camera can't do it justice, but check it out. It's really cool stuff. Anthony Dash, what's up? How are you? Happy New Year. Devin Bernard ordered my Angel today. Nice. Looking forward to getting the new retro Spider-Man wave in. That jack-o'-lantern does look fun. He looks like he's going to be an awesome figure. Then Doom, I just watched the Storm Collectible Shao Kahn with Throne review on Custom Comics. I need my Shao Kahn now. Is that the old one? Because I feel like I reviewed that figure too. If that's the same one I'm talking about. It's a really cool figure. Robert's Infinite Realms. Happy New Year, my friend. Felix. Wow. I don't even understand how I was butchering your name, Felix. Felix Guerrero. Happy New Year, Jeff and crew. That Angel looks great, but I don't know if I should hold out for the blue repaint. Yeah, I gotta figure it's gonna come. But to me, there were so many great stories where Angel was rocking this white outfit. I almost feel like I might want to get two so I can just paint the gloves yellow and the boots yellow as well, because that's what he's rocking during the Dark Phoenix saga. That's one of the main reasons I wanted him in the red and yellow first, or red and white first. And blue, of course, is the one I associate with him in the Defenders. And I feel like that's going to open a whole new can of worms because on that team, we really don't have a whole lot of them. We still need a classic Valkyrie, Gargoyle. Do we dare hope for Cloud? Manslaughter. I don't know how they're going to change his name up, and we still need a better Iceman and a less Jim Lee-esque beast. So I feel like they have a lot of team members on that Defender squad to do, and I don't know how soon we can rely on them to knock him out. And of course, there's Moondragon, and who knows if we'll ever get her in that original costume look. So lots of hope on that one. Critical Enjoyer, Happy New Year to you, my friend. All right, so let's see. Let's get into it. First up, before I go any further, I absolutely wanted to send a shout out to our friend John Morrissey, who is watching these live episodes as he's undergoing dialysis, awaiting this kidney transplant. As a liver transplant recipient, I'm hoping that it's really soon. I don't have to wait too long. And a special shout out to my guy, Badger Wolf Prime. Definitely still praying for you, hoping everything's going well with you and yours. All right, it's that time. We've got to break it down. What did you get this week? I got my Star Killer Black series from Hasbro Pulse. Got my heads up. He's going to come to you He's getting charged on Wednesday, and I got my shipping notice today, so I'm really excited to get him. I might rush him immediately above some of my other Star Wars figures because I have been looking forward to this Black Series figure for way too long to have him sitting and not actually open and review him until September 2024. He's going to get knocked out this year, this month, and I'm really excited about that. But a figure I did pick up and did get, I guess I didn't say pick up. I pre-ordered him. No, I didn't even pre-order him. I got him from our good friends at Walmart and got him already. That is the Cobra Shadow Tracker. I haven't opened him yet, of course, but I love this. And I didn't really notice this till later on, but it's like, oh, Ripcord's diving in. Don't know if y'all can see him, but I love those little Easter eggs on these packages. And this guy's got a great design. I just wish Hasbro would bump up these stats a little bit bigger and actually have something for this QR code because it leads to nowhere. Great art on the package there. And then all the great weapons. I love that there's a Cobra Trooper that doesn't use guns, so he can go in with that silent sneak attack, the slow, silent weapons. That's fun. So I'll be breaking them down probably this weekend too. So stay tuned for that reveal. But that's all I got. It was kind of a slow week for me. But what all did y'all pick up this week? Vin Doom said new. I pre-ordered last year on Big Bad Toy Store and I'm waiting anxious. Okay, that one. That was a pretty cool looking figure. That's the more modern one. He does look pretty cool. I think it's from X, Mortal Kombat X, maybe, but he does look cool. I have the old one and I'm pretty happy with him. I don't know if I need to get all the different variations of some of these characters. Maybe another Sub-Zero if they have him from that MK3 look. I didn't really love that original figure, but maybe if they went back to him, I'd probably pick him up. Brew, what's going on? Pre-ordered that Angel immediately after I got done opening all the stuff I got in the mail from Big Bad Toy Store and Barnes and Noble. What did you pick up from Barnes and Noble? I have stopped going there because they didn't have anything of use for me. But if you're still finding stuff, let me know. Henry G today got in most of the Marvel Legends The Void Wave and just completed the mindless one. Bath, nice. Which one were you waiting on to complete? Daniel Ruiz says it's only the first couple days into the new year. I got the new Black Manta from Lost Kingdom. Nice. And it's such a good figure. My best friends got me Kingpin and Yelena from the Hydra Stomper Wave. Nice. Good friends. Prayers to you, John. Oh, thanks, Badger Wolf. And of course, Badger Wolf, absolutely, my friend. We're all a crew, all a fam here on Lyles Figure Files. And it's not just about getting all these cool figure news and figure reveals and talking about the figures we want. Snake Eyes, I got me a PS5. I know you got a PS5. You're making me jealous. Jamelin, that Angel looks great. I've been cutting way back on pre-orders. I rarely pre-order Marvel Legends anyway. Yeah, I kind of feel like, I don't need to pre-order them, but there's some every so often that it's like, it's really nice to get that, oh, this thing that you thought was coming in March is coming tomorrow. So that'll be exciting whenever that happens with Angel. Devin, I think we will get a Hasbro Pulse Globulus with green hoverpod this year. This I commend. Ryan, I got an email this morning from Pulse that said there was a problem with my Mutton Junkyard order and my heart stopped for 2 seconds. Turns out I just needed to update my CC information. That's always funny when the year turns and it's like, oh, wait, you expired January 1st, 2023 or 2024. It's time to update that thing and get everything coming and all that good stuff. Lawston got shipping notice for Mutton Junkyard. Nice. For Red Tornado. Nice. Got Shadow Tracker a few days back. So good. I am very excited now to open this bad boy up and unleash him on my Joes and have him hanging next to Storm Shadow as the dual storms on either side of Cobra Commander. Tom Finn 2018 says Storm Collectibles, Blue Mary, Marvel Legends, Vision, Justice, and Namorita. That was a good haul. What do you think of Blue Mary? I'm kind of on the fence with her because of the price, but I do want to get more of those King of Fighters 98 characters. So let me know what you think. Comfortable. Happy New Year, Jeff. Hoping you're having a good one so far too, my friend. Thank you. 80s kid for nice old Jeff. You already know I got General Hawk, Retro Gung Ho, and 97 Wolverine. They are great figures of 2023. They are. Can't argue with any of those. I feel like maybe Retro Gung Ho actually came out in 2022, but I'm really glad you're able to pick him up because he was a very useful and necessary figure. That first one was okay. I still wish you were a little bit sized down because Now, Gung Ho doesn't need to be a tank sized character like Roblox. I've gotten over it with the retro version, but I wouldn't mind him being a little smaller. But the retro one is awesome. And I knew you would like 97 Wolverine. Such a really fun figure. Lost and got Wonder Woman multiverse figure in Superman Crypto. All right, so what do you think about those? I know they're really big, at least Superman, but you got to let me know what you think. Brent Dash got Mutton Junkyard today. All right, guys, let me know what you think about these figures too. I mean, maybe you're like me and have them in hand and haven't opened them, but if you did open them, let me know what you think. Lawson says, I don't dig the Superman much, but the crypto is cool, even if it isn't an action figure. I know, man. I was kind of disappointed he have any articulation whatsoever. Or does his neck move? But I wanted a lot more from crypto. G Brew, I got End of the Film McReady from The Thing, Nice General Hawk, Low Light, Jada Stage, Version Dracula, Red Shirt Mirage, Casey Jones, Last Ronin Kari, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Leo. Man, you had a good haul there. Stickman, hey Jeff, what's up, Stickman? Got Mutton Junkyard today. Awesome. And I have a Mayfex still coming on Saturday. My first Mayfex. I'm going to tell you, you're going to get sucked all the way in once you open Steel and start posing them like, this is changing everything. And just be prepared. Look for sales. You can get them under $100 in most cases. But yeah, just get welcome on in. It's going to be a great run with Mayfex figures, and you're going to start looking at your DC classics, maybe your DC multiverse a little side-eyed after you start playing around with that Steel figure. It's a really good one. G Brew, I have a premium membership at Barnes and Nobles and frequently order stuff online from there. I got some Marvel stuff. That's cool. Now I have to check it out then to see what's what with Barnes and Noble, and if it's worth getting that membership. Daniel says my tagline for the beginning of 2024 is New Year, same collector. I'm right there with you because it's like BBD once said, ain't nothing changed here on this end. There's just gonna be the same old for me. Lawson says, got Namor New Warriors Justice in last week. I'll contend with you, sir, that New Warriors Justice doesn't do justice to the Marvel boy that I still need on my list. But the figure does look pretty cool, and I know people who have them have really enjoyed them, but still not the justice I need for my collection. Henry G. I was waiting on Clea. I was holding out on a discount for the Fist Ninja. Waiting on my Mutton Junkyard from BBTS. Just shipped with my latest pile of loot. Nice. That's a fun 4 figures you've got coming in. Very cool. Lefty Two Lions BK says this week, Classified Series Mutton Junkyard, Marvel Legends Vision, Mondo 16 Skeletor. Okay. All right. Now, I mean, I feel like everybody who has Mondo figures is happy. What do you think of Skeletor? Robert Hayes says, Jeffrey, got my Mutton Junkyard. Classified is killing it lately. It lately has been all of 2023, and it seems like they won't stop. There ain't no stopping them now in 2024. Classified series is just so many figures I'm looking forward to, and this is just from what they've announced. You know, by the end of the year, there's going to be some more stuff, and I'm like, make them a reality faster because Slime is just on it. G. Bruce says Epic Collections, Craven's Last Hunt, some Simonson era X Factor Epic Collection, some modern X-Men stuff, and on the DC front, Batman Year One. You did not do poorly on any of those choices. The X Factor run with Walt and Wheezy, so good. I mean, that's when I fell in love with the original 5 X-Men. And then, of course, I did the dip back into classic X-Men because that was running around the same time X Factor started. I was catching up when midway through X-Men, where they're about to start into the Mutant Massacre. So it was a crazy time to get into X-Men, and then reading their older exploits and finding out how these characters got here and there. And they didn't even need to reboot the book for me to catch up. Wild, right? Daniel. There we go. I don't know what. There we go. We're going to work eventually here. I hope so. Gosh. Daniel says, I ordered. There you go. Way to show up on the screen. I ordered the McFarlane munitions pack, and I'm hyped to see figures that are in need of firearms and not just little knife. Which ones are you going to give them to? Because I'm looking at my G.I. Joe figures, and some of them have some little weak weapons. So, of course, McFarlane's might be a little bit too big for them. Let me know what you picked up. What you think? Wow. Okay, mouse not working. Henry G says bunch of DC multiverse just shipped from Target. Captain Carrot, Red Tornado, and Animal Man. And I saw at least Animal Man at one of my no, maybe it wasn't one of my stores. I think Toy Shiz posted it, and I think they come up to actually their street dated until the 7th. So was that Sunday? I guess that would be Sunday. So it'll be very exciting when you can actually go to Target. I think I might have to go there in the morning just to see what's new on the shelves because that's always fun seeing the shelves full of new figures after everything else has been clearanced out. Seeing all the stuff that come March or April will be on clearance and you can grab them all for way cheaper. Blake says Amazon gave me a shipping notice for Squadron Supreme Power Princess to be delivered on January 11th. Nice. Brick and Tire, yo, happy new year, everyone. Happy new year to you too, Brick and Tire. Lawson says weird thing about the McFarlane Wonder Woman figure. Her right butterfly middle joint piece is so loose. I thought at first that it was broken, just very loose and flips around, revealing the arm joint. I have that with a couple of my McFarlane figures. I've kind of gotten used to them. It's like, whatever. It doesn't really mess up things too badly, but yeah, it does take a like, wait, what's happened with this figure? Why is it broken? But yeah, it is a very off-putting thing at first. Then Doom, I picked up Beast Kingdom's Batman Who Laughs with 2 Robins set for a great price. Oh, that's a pretty good deal. He normally has 3 though. Did you get 2? So the set came with 2 Robins. That's kind of funny because you kind of almost need to get another set just to get that third one that he's always rolling with. Lawson, he doesn't move Crypto, but it's a nice mini statue with cloth cape. Again, not an action figure, which still disappoints, but the sculpt is very nice. 80s Kid, I'm excited to buy figures from this year. I need to save up for classified and whatever Hasbro reveals and releases this year. Absolutely. I pre-ordered Superman Crypto before I knew Crypto wasn't an action figure. I was going to cancel it, but my wife said, I want that Crypto. I'm really hoping at some point this year, Mayfex dips back into the Hush lineup and goes, hey, we haven't done a Crypto. And he's prominently featured. Maybe we could get Crypto and Lois Lane in a Hush 2-pack of sorts. I think that'd be a good way to get Lois into the line and to get Crypto because, we need him from it. I only got the Namor Injustice for the bath, if I'm honest. Yeah, I wish I cared about the Void to get that whole thing, but I'm a Power Princess, Crystar, Vision, and of course the Black and Gold Black Panther, because that's when I really started getting into him from the Marvel Knights run, from Priest and Mark Texera. Great stuff. Really fun run. If you haven't read it, definitely need to. Blake, Mutton Junkyard, best classified figures of 2023. He just surpassed Tripwire. Wow. Okay. So now I know I'm going to get that set and Tripwired as well. So that'll be really fun to see which one comes out ahead for me. Classified as steamrolled all other toy lines. I'm with you, Lawson. So anyway, my wife has Crypto on her work desk now. He does not disappoint. Extra hands, so many look options with helmet, goggles off, up or down, face mask, etc. I love that he came with that face mask. I don't know why that was such a cool look to me as a kid. It was like, this guy is really bad. He's got a face mask. And I don't know why that appealed to me so much, but Mutt went up so high on my list of Joes that I love to always run in missions. Partly because he had Junkyard, but partially because of that cool outfit, the big dog glove that he was rocking too. I mean, he just looked cool, and his classified series figure looks every bit as fun and coolly designed. And yeah, I'm gonna get him soon. G-Brew. Oh, I forgot that I also got Ripper. Like that glass eye he has. I don't have any Mondo toys, but I've got some of their enamel pins, mostly X-Men. I have over 500 pins in my collection. That's cool. You've got a really nice collection. Got to take a picture for us soon. And you have an overly muscular Michael Landon here at Superman. You do, because he is definitely touched by an angel in that one. Ryan hoping for a Mayfex Steamboat Willie in 2024. Y'all are missing the fun over Lyles Movie Files on every Wednesday at 8:05. Blake, 80s Kid after him, James Green, Ryan, some of the others come through, and we have comedy talking about pop culture. So if you like talking about movies, comic books, TV shows, etc., tune in on Wednesdays on Lyles Movie Files and catch out more humor like that. Randall G, future WWE legends, WCW, Steiner Brothers, Dr. Dusty Williams, Sting leads AEW, the WCW Crow Sting first appearance. My Mutton Junkyard is here, as is Wave 6's Superpowers. Awesome line. They really do look fun. Lawson says I got Captain Carrot. I've already repainted him to look like the comic book version. That's like $100. Animal Man is on the way to me. Just saw the email. That's nice. G-Bro have seen the Red Tornado and Animal Man. Have not seen the Captain Carrot, though. Always chasing the carrot. Excuse me. Daniel says, I've been messing around with my McFarlane figures I haven't opened yet. I play with the Gorilla Grodd page punctures, and yeah, I want to change the color of the cap. It really looks like Cheetos. It does. That was like, I can't get this Grodd, and he just looks wild with those colors. Is he scaled properly to Flash too? I felt like he might have been a little bit too small. Brandon T. Valaire, hopefully I said that properly, close out the year with SH Figure Arts Damage Vader from Kenobi. I didn't know they made one. I'm sure theirs is pretty awesome. Hot Toys Falcon Captain America, Black Series Malgus, and CW Season 3 Ahsoka, all exceptional figures in their own right. I have that Ahsoka, and I'm very happy to get her. I gotta track down Malgus. He's on the list. Then Doom. Yeah, it only came with 2 Robins, but it's still a nice set. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Tom Finn, I really like Blue Mary. I have a love-hate thing with Namorita. Beautiful fig, but needs better paint around arm, legs, better hand, and bicep pegs snapped on me. That's terrible. You just hate hearing that when you're opening up a figure, and this time we can't even blame it because we couldn't even see it. Now they're open, backed up again. They've got that window showing all the flaws, hopefully, that we can find in the figures so we can pick out the one that's better. Of course, that's the wave that you couldn't get in stores anyway, so we're still failing on that front. Cheaper, we definitely need a Lois Lane figure, and we got to get her. Henry G, thanks for hanging out with us, man. 80s Kid says, Jeff, I don't know what to keep on my desk. I really like Apple, Wolverine, Bazooka, and Hawk. Why choose? Just keep them all on there. I've got like 5 figures on my desk right now, and it always seems like there's more. So no problem. Lawson says, wondered that Power Princess head would fit the McFarlane Wonder Woman. She does not. She doesn't. I've seen some other people try it, and it doesn't fit well at all. I'm still kind of figuring out what I think about that head. I'm glad to hear that you think it's not bad. Lefty T Lion says, I haven't opened any pickups yet, but I checked on Skeletor's box because it was inspected by CPP. Looks okay. PO the Mayfax Black Panther one, Riddler and Scarecrow. I didn't realize Scarecrow and Riddler were up for pre-order. I'm going to need to take care of those too to continue my hush line. All right, so for today's show, I wanted to hear from you all in terms of what figures you missed out on from 2023 that you still need to double back and pick up and grab. I'm going to share mine right now while you guys come up with your list, because I had a lot of thoughts, and apparently there were still so many figures I needed to knock out and take care of before I start my list of what I'm getting in 2024. But my first figure is the NECA Dungeons and Dragons War Duke. This figure is just amazing looking, and this is a case where I was like, all right, when I see him at Target, I'm going to get him. I never saw him at Target. I've seen Grimsword, but I haven't seen him. And War Duke, I'm just going to have to pick up online. This figure looks great, and I cannot wait to add him and all the rest of these Dungeons and Dragon figures that I had as a kid in NECA. Totally awesome, crazy design, awesome paint job, perfection here. So that'll be fun to grab him. Definitely looking forward to him. GMJR30 War Duke with you. Robert says, I only got vision for the Void Wave. Should be here tomorrow along with Captain Carrot. You guys are rolling with them. Lawson, I have War Duke. I have the LJN War Duke still also. You are rolling with it. Nice. All right, let's see who else is on my list that I need to grab. But let's see what you all are talking about first. Robert says, I only got vision from the Void Wave. Should be here tomorrow. Did read that one already. Let's keep up, Jeffrey. Lawson says, I like the head sculpt, but I don't get the expression. Wonder Woman is an action oriented character, yet McFarlane gave her half open eyes with heavy eyelids. She looks like she's listening to a lecture. That's what I thought from the pictures. It didn't seem like it had the intensity or the I'm happy to be here like George Perez's version. So I look at expressions. I'm glad to hear that's what's wrong with her and not something else. Badger Prime. I missed on the Cobb Vanth and Cad Bane 2-pack, Sergeant Creel and Scar Trooper, Mike as well. I didn't realize it sold out that fast. That's no good. Brick and Tire, the Amazon Cobra Eel. That's the only one I'm really upset that I missed. I'm pretty sure guys in the chat have said that the Cobra Eel is going to be back on as a retro card figure. So there is another chance. As Yoda said, there is another. You can still get him later. So hopefully they'll have him stocked up properly so there's no sellouts. And everybody who wants to build as massive an eel army as possible will be able to do so. Robert says, War Duke was my number one figure of 2023. Great update to one of my favorite figures from childhood. Yeah, he looks awesome. And that's why I'm like, why did it take so long to get this guy? But he's going to get knocked out real soon on my list. G. Bruce says, I don't really know which 2023 figures I didn't pick up that I wish I had. I didn't really keep track of when stuff comes out. Most of my purchases tend to be impulse buys because severe ADHD. I understand. Let the Lions BK waiting on V2's Azora Red Demon. That's one I'm gonna have to check out for sure. GMJR30. I think she looks like she sees through what you're talking, but she gonna let you finish first. Lawson says the Wonder Woman looks beautiful in sculpt in the paint. Just wish she had more of an expression that suits the character. Yeah, I feel you for sure on that one. Ryan says top 5 pass. 2019 Transformers Refractor 3-pack. Same. 2, 2021 Studio Grimlock. Hopefully you'll track them down. 3, Studio Snarl. 4, another Televiper and Flight Pod. Number 5, another Snow Job for customizing. He's still available on Pulse, right? Devin Bernard. I need Frag Viper and the Target Black Widow. What Frag Viper? You talking about the Range Viper? Places same. I have my War Duke from '83. He's the Boba Fett of Dungeons and Dragons. It's the only figure I got back then from that line. I had most of the rest. I didn't even realize I didn't have some of those figures until I looked at checklists like lately. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize you guys are so extensive. I hope they do these figures from childhood and then do some more because I really like the style. And yeah, War Duke just has an awesome look that I think transcended the whole rest of the line. But hopefully we'll get some more to add to it. Tom Finn 2018 missed out in 2023. Only one I plan on picking up now is Storm Collectibles Mitsurugi Soul Calibur. Cool. They look like they're rolling with a lot of Soul Calibur figures now. It seemed like they had 1, maybe 2 for a minute, and now it look like they're really picking up steam on them. GMJR30. I'm still trying to get NECA Xanatos and Alyssa. Xanatos, which is wow, from Gargoyles. Are you looking for the armored version or the suited version? Tom Finn, Wonder Woman is listening to a lecture on how female figures don't sell. That does seem to be her expression. Blake Tarley would love to pick up a Mockingbird, but don't need the whole box set. She's going for $45, $55 on eBay. Shoot, that was basically the price of that set. I mean, it was $85, so a little bit different, but I really like that Tiger. If you have that first one, it is a tremendous upgrade. I can't stress it enough. So much better. They even fixed a little bit with the face printing, so it's a better looking sculpt. Hank Pym's pretty cool, even though I don't love that mold he's on. The Iron Man with the white is much better. I don't know why, but he just looks a lot better. And the Spider-Woman is a major improvement from the original one too. So it's not just here's a crappy 5-pack set with only 2 useful characters. I think they really did a nice job. Now, of course, it's back up to 120, but if you see it for sale again, I recommend it. It's really good. 80s kid. Well, let's see. I missed out on Range Viper and Duels Invader. Definitely want to grab those. G-Brew, I would like some more Range Vipers. I've only managed to pick up 1. I'm with you. I grabbed 2 because I'm, not really sure how those army builders are going to look in hand, but I really like Range Viper. And I feel like getting 3 so I can have my max for most armies of 5. I think that'd be really cool because he's a great figure, and I like to have those guys tracking down Outback on the range and just going for it because really nice job with that figure. I liked him a lot more than I thought I was going to. Lawson says, I actually found an old War Duke original character sheet in the basement of the Kubert School mansion. It belonged to Tim Truman. That's a cool story. GMJR 30, suited. I'm a Cap Xanatos to make a Bruce Wayne. That would work. Snake Eyes, I really like to get the Black Noir Mayfax. You didn't get the Black Noir yet? I know you were looking for him. All the Dungeons and Dragon toys are created from Cooper's students, Dungeons and Dragon characters, Tim Truman, etc. I did not know that. Blake says, also need Black Mana from the Superpowers line. Practically impossible to find now. Are they just basically exclusive to Walmart? Because I understand the pain if that is the case. Let's see, Lions. Blake, I want the box set Mockingbird too. She's going for money alone. Found the old version at a bookstore for $10. I mean, for $10, probably not a bad deal, but if you like the modern look for it, it's fine. But this new one is such an improvement. And she doesn't even have bicep articulation and double jointed elbows. She's just a better figure. So much fun to pose. Then Doom asks, has anyone got any of the Godzilla figures? Wondering how they are. Northern Nomad. What up, Jeffrey? What's up, man? Lawson only managed to get one Range Viper, plus that his tank one in the 3-pack. I forgot about that one. That does count. The 2 Lions Superpower Black Man is a Walmart exclusive. So an exclusive of death. Good luck with that one. Curtis Joyce, what's going on? I missed out on that veteran William Werewolf last year. Got to get him somehow. Is he super expensive now? I know a lot of people had him as one of their figures of the year last year. So hopefully you can track him down without too many of those. Kubert School Mansion used to actually be the original Joe Kubert School. It's now one of the dorms. I was the RA. We're the cool RA. Jamelin says, I haven't been able to find the Range Viper at all. I missed the initial pre-order and have yet to catch them online or in person. I do have the 788 Fire Team, though. So do you want to get some more based off of that one? Because I feel like that one would really make you want to grab more of those. Atham says, I really need to get McFarlane Avatar Quaritch. Okay. G. Bruce says, Vin Doom, do you mean this SH Figure Arts Godzillas? They're great, fantastic sculpts, and as much articulation as they need. Nice. Henry G, welcome back. Couldn't stay away. Still looking for Moss Man from Motu Origins, and I'm calling it on that line. Huh. I feel like I just saw that he was, maybe I'm mistaken, because I thought he was available somewhere. And I was just doing a random search for my other stuff. Maybe I was wrong on that, but I thought I saw him anyway. So yeah, good luck. Maybe I saw him at Walgreens, not Walgreens, at Ollie's. So definitely good luck on tracking him down because I really thought that's where I saw him. Randall G, a major wishful thinking. Legends, Nikita Koloff, Ivan Koloff, Blackjack Mulligan, and Newberry Wyndham, please. Please. Kevin Sullivan, Dick Murdoch, Knightson, Azrael Batman, and Bruce Wayne Tinju, Lady Shiva. Those would be fun. Still a good price for William on Amazon. That's good. All right, that's cool. So people don't have to put out a loan to get them. That's good news. '80s kid, I thought you were gonna be right there with me and already have Star Killer coming to you. I'm taking it easy this year. I'm buying Star Killer as my first free of the year. Then I'm saving up for classified figures and Clone Wars figure packs. Yes, I am all about those Clone Wars figure packs. And when they start dropping, I'm going to be grabbing. So yeah, cannot wait for that. That's awesome. One of my best friends went to the Cooper School in the early 90s. Very cool. I might get Balin and Shin too. From what I've seen, Balin's disappointment. He and Shin are way too close in scale. So it's going to be one of those cases where you probably want to wait until they fix him because it's a mess and they didn't do them right. I guess they were trying to rush them out, but don't grab him because Balin is super small and he's basically the same height as Ahsoka. So I wouldn't if I were you. Let's see lines. BK Moss Man is another Wally World exclusive. Dang, yes, that's tough. Because they don't believe in stocking anything. Northern Nomad, I just got Marvel Legends Crystar. And what did you think? Lawson, I love a Steamboat and Youngblood 2-pack, Baron Von Raschke, Mr. Wrestling, etc. Those would be fun. Henry G says, hey, Jeff, what do you think about the rumor of HasLab Classified Series Rattler? I think I'm going to need to clear up some shelf space because I'm definitely getting the Rattler, especially if it comes with my guy Wild Weasel. And who else could they include with them? And then with the Rattler, I'm really curious to see what that price tag would be because you'd think it'd be more than the Dragonfly, but I don't know how much further they would go. And I also wouldn't mind seeing them do another tank style hit HasLab instead of just keeping it in the air. I know Joe is land and sea and air. G.I. Joe's there, but maybe we can mix it up where we have like a land vehicle. I guess we're getting the vamp, so it won't matter that much, but I don't know. I'm buying a Rattler for sure when it comes out, and I don't need 15. Maybe that's an opportunity for them to do a Baroness with double jointed elbows in repainter. Maybe they just repaint that Crimson Strike Team version because that way people wouldn't be upset that she was behind the paywall, but we could still get her since she was like Cobra Commander's pilot earlier in the series before Wild Weasel came along. I still want the figs from Marvels. I'm waiting for some Ollie's clearance somewhere. Yeah, and that would be where I would get the other half of the line or that wave because I didn't rush to get them either. I didn't necessarily feel like, oh, I'm going to be so upset if I don't get them. I do want to build a totally awesome Hulk, but I just was not really feeling paying $25 for those figures where the movie ones always seem to go super clearance. So fingers crossed we'll see them later. Stickman, I went to return my extra Big Ben and Range Viper to Walmart, but they couldn't find the order. My wife called corporate and they refunded the money, let me keep the figures. Wife for the win, for real. I mean, I'm still trying to find a Big Ben for regular retail. M. Beltran, what's up, Jeff? G.I. Joe characters can represent John Wick and Equalizer. Can they? I suppose so. I'll take your word for it. Lawson says, Jeffrey, I met Tony Atlas when I was a kid. He was built like Mr. Olympia, the Black Superman, and had a full head of hair. He was fighting Kim Patera that night in a match. That's fun. Shebrew says, clearly, Steamboat Willie needs to be packed in with any and all figures. It's what the people are demanding. Psych for the vamp. Me too. It's one of my most anticipated things coming out this year. Randall G says, for Star Wars, it's just OG trilogy for me. I love a Motu DC line and WWE Superstars Dusty Rose, if you will, in public. Wish list McFarlane Mace Superpowers playsets and 3 packs of lesser known IP. I'd actually do my first HasLab for that Joe tank with the 4 missile launchers. Dude, which one would that be? Is that the Patriot tank? There's so many. Brandon says across all the lines I collect, including Hot Toys, the most impressive figure to me was SS. Okay, Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus. Hasbro's entire team from beginning to end said, hold my beer. Just amazing work. You got me hyped up on that because I have that Kingdom Ultra Magnus and I need to see if it's a lot, if the Studio Series is a big improvement over it. Speaking of HasLab, says Jay Woods, any speculation on next year's Marvel Legends HasLab? I guess they haven't teased that whatsoever. I think they need to do another safe one like Giant Man, but who could that be? Maybe they don't do a giant size character. Maybe they just do a team. But that's probably be too divisive for fans that don't love him. But of course, Giant Man was an Avengers character, so who knows? I don't know. There are lots of choices and characters they could go with. I have no thoughts on that right now. I'm gonna have to start pondering what makes sense. Maybe the Fantastic Car. Henry G, yeah, I want to finish that totally awesome Hulk as well. And it's always that thing when you have like half the figure, you like have the torso, you got one arm, you got the other leg, just because it can't be symmetrical. And you're like, they're gonna make me buy this so I can get the head, the other arm, and the other leg, aren't they? And it's like, gotcha. It's the best format to get people to buy figures. G-Bro, I think Nerd Zoic has Big Ben for retail. I'm gonna have to check it out right after this show. Thank you. Jalen says, which would you prefer, Mobat or Mauler? Or do you think it should be HasLab retail or maybe a post exclusive? I mean, Mobat. That's not a. I don't know why I was even making it seem like it was a thought. Original 13 Steeler absolutely needs to get in my line, and I mean, you got to get the Mobat so you can do the iconic G.I. Joe issue 1 shots. You can have everybody in front of it, rolling in front of the tank. That's not smart, but I mean, you got to have that. So for sure, that I'm trying to think what format would work. I think that's probably HasLab, depending on what kind of features they threw into it. Maybe that's an avenue for them to do more of a retro style breaker and give him the Stalker Snake Eyes harness. Just basically reuse the Stalker mode, but give him the rolled up short sleeves of Rakondo and then give him a clean shaven look with a bubblegum attachment. I'd be down for that. So maybe that's the way they can make it a HasLab and I'd be fine. Maybe they do a Clutch in there as the third co-pilot of the Mobat and then give him the 5 o'clock shadow look as opposed to the bearded one that comes with the vamp. I mean, we got Night Force, we got Tiger Force figures coming with HasLabs, or I guess just Night Force figures with crazy legs and ripcord. So maybe going with another version of characters they've already released in Breaker and Clutch would be a good way to throw in some HasLab extra characters. We'll see. And for the Mauler, I think that could work at Pulse because I don't think that has to be as big. And, I don't know if maybe the same demand is there for heavy metal, but I was thinking Thunder and the help me out with his tank because apparently it's just slipped my mind. But yeah, I think the Mauler probably have to be a HasLab too. I think those two big tanks are a HasLab size. But I think the way they're working in the Vamp and other smaller vehicles, there's a lot of vehicles that work at Pulse, and maybe if you could sneak into retail. What characters do I think? Oh, Tommy would be Kane. Storm Shadow would be Kane for sure. Maybe John Wick would be Snake Eyes. I feel like that kind of balances out, makes a lot of sense. Ryan, speaking of the Vamp, we got Clutch showing up in the preview. I saw that today and I was so hyped up. I was like, that's got to be Clutch. And then it's a little certificate with Lance. I'm like, yes, that book is amazing. I can't wait for that issue 2 and Transformers. I'm all about it. 80s, I'm focused on prequel trilogy and anything from Rebels for my collection this year, as well as Clone Wars. Got to do it. Randall, can Mattel make a Ricky Steamboat Willie? Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus is awesome, taller, and better. Love it. Darn it. I guess I'm going to need to get this figure then. Lawson, I also met Bobby the Brain Heenan before he passed on. He had the throat surgeries and was very soft spoken. He liked my art. I got him to call me a Hammond Egger. Man, he was awesome. He was so funny, and he was one of my favorite heel managers before I was like, I guess the heels are kind of cool in their own way too. Ryan says Giant Man was safe. Do you remember the last 36 hours of that campaign? Yeah, I do. It was one of those Willy won't, but I think that had more to do with the tears that no one really cared about. And then it was like, well, I guess we'll take the scroll head if it's in the options. But I think that's what really happened with why he was not as safe as another way. If they had thrown in that Wasp figure with him, I think he would have sold through and got funded really quickly. Lawson, Mobat is absolutely got to be coming in this year's HasLab. Then Doom, appropriately enough, says I need and want the Mezco Dr. Doom. Randall G just checked on Nerdzoid for you. Big Ben was sold out. He is sold out everywhere. Fortunately, it's the Night Force version. So when the regular repainted version comes out, I'll make sure to pre-order him so I don't miss out on him again. Ryan says whichever tank they do, it's got to be big enough to fit a driver and gunner inside the chassis with Steeler or heavy metal in the commander seat. Need a full crew of 3. I'm with you for sure. We got to get that. Henry G, ooh, HasLab Mobat. Make it motorized. All in on that. Yeah, that would be fun. Legacy Lines BK Studio Series 86 is a mini masterpiece. Compared it to the MP, and it's spot on with detail. It blows the Kingdom version out of the water. All right, you sold me. I'm going to get the Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus. Brandon says, Jeff, you'll drop that Kingdom Magnus like Andy dropped Woody. Studio Series 86 Magnus is leagues beyond any other Magnus made. Pretty close to the masterpiece. Wow, you guys are on it. Thank you. Slugger, okay. I thought this what it was, James. Appreciate you. The killer whale would make for an awesome HasLab. That's what I really want. Jeeper, you think a Cerebro HasLab would be a hit? I'd go in on one. Nowhere at all to put it, but I would buy it. How would you do the Cerebro? Like, would it just be a little room or like the container area where it's a big pit and Xavier's just hovering above it for whatever reason? Tom Finn, I'm about as interested to think about the next HasLab as I am thinking about next Christmas. Ryan says, I heard a rumor there's a Black Series R5D4 with 2 or 3 pit droids, multiple pack coming this year. I thought they announced that one. But yeah, I'm all about that one. Henry G says, Bobby the Brain. Oh yeah, Heenan family for life. And Beltran, did you pre-order Angel? Not yet. I did, but kind of want the blue one with the metal wings. I think they might need to do a new set of metal wings for that mold because we need a new Archangel anyway, because he's smaller than the Cyclops that was still using. I guess what was that? I don't even remember what mold of Cyclops they had in the Jim Lee look, but he was bigger than Archangel, so they definitely need to make a better one or bigger one. And I think even the X Factor version 2 Cyclops is taller than Archangel, so we need a bulkier one. The one they did was pretty cool, but they shouldn't have put him on the Bucky Cap mold. That was a mistake. Intimate Snob, can you explain the fandom for Clutch for me? Sure. If I remember correctly, he got left behind in an alternate universe in the first season. So Clutch was very, very different in the comic book than he was in the cartoon. So I think people who you're seeing are clamoring for Clutch read the comic book. Clutch was your stereotypical grease monkey character who was a little bit of a chauvinist. He would playfully banter with Scarlet, where in a sitcom, they would probably be the two that got paired up, not Snake Eyes and Scarlet. But they just kind of went back and forth and they sniped at each other. Very playful. It was fun. And he was that character who he's a smart aleck popping off all the time. The rest of the Joes are pretty straight laced. He's the one that's causing a bit of a ruckus. He wasn't as hard as Guy Gardner in that sense, but he was definitely the most opinionated, had no problem saying what he thought. And he had a Jeep that was like cool. And he was just he didn't have a big tank like Steeler. He wasn't riding around on a motorcycle like Rock and Roll, but he was the one vehicle driver who just had this attitude. And he was the bad boy of the Joes before we kind of identified that he was the bad guy or the bad boy in the team. And he was just really fun. I think that scruffy 5 o'clock shadow look for him is the pinnacle of comic book Clutch. And that's the one I want to see in figure form after we get it. Maybe we can put that version, that head sculpt on the version 2 Clutch where he's got the tan outfit. And in the comic, in the cartoon, he was the guy that's coming up with all the plans. Now he had a country accent, which was weird because Clutch is from New Jersey, which made more sense with his, backstory in the comic books. But he was helping Doc come up with all the gizmos and gadgets to stop Cobra. So it's Dr. What's the old boy's name? Man, why am I blanking on his name? Crude, but effective, even though he couldn't get the job done himself. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to keep thinking about this doctor's name. But yeah, that's why Into Me Snob, the fandom is big fans for Clutch. Lawson says, I need a blue version of the Retro Beast. Yeah, we do. I don't know why they let that come and go without making one. Or Krakoa, like Giant Size, or the HOX. POX eras, that's a really popular era in X-Men. Plus, giant figures historically are funded. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which giant character would work. Atlas, maybe? I mean, I still need one for my Thunderbolts. Lawson. Jeffrey just summed up Clutch's appeal. Masterclass style. He was so fun. He was just a great character, and he was totally the monkey wrench character in that smooth operating machine of the Joes. I mean, you get it right from issue 1. He's got a standalone feature issue in issue 20, and the cover is great because it's like Clutch falling out of the sky. It's like, what is happening to Clutch? It's a really good story. Steve Narr says Comic Clutch is way cool. He's always hitting on the women. He was. Like he was trying to get CoverGirl and Scarlet to do a mud wrestling tag team. Clutch was so over the top. Like he would be immediately canceled nowadays, but so funny because it was like if this was a line, Clutch was like right here dancing along. He didn't go like ridiculous. He was just funny. And in Breaker in the comic book was kind of like his straight man sidekick who would blow his bubble and pop it whenever Clutch would say something crazy. So it was a little bit of a comedic duo thing going with the two of them. That's why I prefer Breaker without the beard and Bubblegum because he's so great. Great stuff. If you haven't read I don't say all of Larry Hama's run, but definitely up through the Cobra Civil War, you're going to love those characters if you've only been exposed to them through the cartoon. Ultra Run R Tech and Toy Reviews. What's going on? Hey, Jeff, who's the one Joe this year that you had to have no matter what? The ones they've revealed, gosh, it's so hard because they're like two for sure, maybe even three that I absolutely have to have. I want to say Scarlet just because that first one was fine for new era, new look G.I. Joe. But for classic retro version and the fact that you could take her ponytail off, for those of us who had Scarlet, the original one where she just had the short bob hairstyle, that's a really cool thing. She's got her little gun, her little derringer there. I don't even know how she's supposed to shoot it unless she's using her pinky finger, but it's just a cool addition. Scarlet's really cool, and that original one is a little bit wobbly, my version at least. So getting that one with her full on classic look probably makes her number one. 1B is probably Quick Kick, just because, and again, that 85 series is my favorite lineup of Joes. So those are probably my two. And in terms of which one we don't have yet, stay tuned. I got that one coming. Northern Nomad need a human version of Marvel Legends Beast, like from original X-Men. Yes, and that way they can repaint it for X Factor version 2. Shoot, we can use it for X Factor version 1 and 2 Beast. I feel like when we're due for an X Factor box set, I kind of think they could come up with that and knock it out. They don't have to create a lot of new pieces. And if they went with X Factor version 2 instead of Archangel, they could throw in Caliban if they just need a cheap, easy to do figure in that set. An Iceman using a better head sculpt. You don't even need to make him translucent. Just kind of, paint him up appropriately. Then get Beast. Like I said, swappable hands, head, feet. That way we can get the blue furry version and the human version. Jean, and we don't even need Cyclops, but if you want to put him on the Vulcan mold so he can be sized up a little bit better, I'm all for it. Make it happen. Lawson says, I'd like to see a Goliath 2-pack. Bill Foster and a Clint Barton. I would buy it. 80s Kid, Jeff, are you getting TVC Season 1 Kanan and Hera? No, I am. I can't get down with the vintage collections. They're too expensive. The figures are actually, in some cases, more for the vintage collection figure than the Star Wars Black Series. And that makes no sense to me. And yeah, occasionally you'll see those figures at Ross, Ollie's, and it's like, now's the price I would pay for them. Not that $4 is here's where I bite. I would pay for them more than that 15, I suppose, but it still feels a little expensive. And considering I get a little bit more of the Black Series, I got to stay there. But I'm really hoping we get Kanan and the whole Ghost crew from Rebels Season 3 and 4, not just their Season 1 looks, because they're very different, and we need those too. Randall G, the cartoon Shipwreck was a comic book version of Clutch. That is a fantastic way of summing it up. That's a great way to do it. And yeah, you nailed it, Randall. GM Junior 30, Living Tribunal, Celestials, or Eternity for HasLab, they would be tricky sells, I think. Because if Giant Man barely squeaked through, I don't know what tiers would make people go for an Eternity, for example. But I don't think that's a terrible one. G Brew, we need a lot of X-Men for Marvel Legends. A lot. And it's wild that they still have so many more left to do. 80s Kid, I need Retro Duke and Starduster for sure. Lawson says, gotta have that Retro Duke and Scarlet, pre-order both, plus Retro Recondo. Blake says, what smallest Joe vehicles do we want this year? For me, Ghost Hawk for the retro Duke. Ghost Hawk or the Skyhawk? Snake, yes. Arctic Cat and Water Moccasin. I'll take them all. I mean, I think everything they have now, especially the fact that they were able to get the Vamp to Pulse, opens up so much more. And there's so many of those size vehicles. The Cobra Stun is something that I think they could get around with if the Vamp made it to Pulse. I think the Stun would work there too. Lots of cool vehicles and lots of opportunities. So I'm hoping by the end of this year, it's like, wow, I can't believe we got these 6 vehicles coming to the line. Lawson, Quick Kick is a fun looking figure. Can't wait. And he comes with frozen fudgies. I'm never going to get over that. That's amazing. It's so awesome. And I'm so looking forward to getting him. I pre ordered that Retro Scarlet GMJR. Yeah, she looks great. Fantastic looking figure. Retro Beast 2-pack, Human and Blue Fuzzy Retro version. Make it happen, Lawson. Along with this UFOs box and Frightful Force box set. Want to see both. I'm really upset because I finally opened up Karnak. Great figure by himself, but they made him on the wrong mold. He's too tall. He's taller than Black Bolt. I almost like Karnak enough that I'm like, all right, Hasbro, let's get a new Black Bolt on the Vulcan body and let's do a better version. Let's figure out how we can do Medusa's head. Make a box set with the Inhumans because Karnak's a good figure, just way too tall. Excuse me. Those are the good days. Back when TVC was $8 and the Black Series was 15. Yes, for sure. Wouldn't a flock Blue Beast be cool? Lefty Two Lions, that would be really fun. I think we need Mattel to do that because they seem more likely to do a flock version of their characters than Hasbro. Tom Finn, who would be the Frightful Four's 4th member? Would love to see the Brute. The Frightful Four. I mean, I gotta go classic. Sandman, Wizard, Trapster, Paste Pot Pete, and Wizard. I mean, that's my crew. Those are the ones I want to see in there. Ultra Run our Tech and Toy Reviews. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. That is awesome. I really appreciate it. Jeff, the Hasbro team will make one Joe of your choice. Who is it? We said one Joe. Who? You know what? If it's one, I'm going to go with a character that might not be as likely, even though this Joe team seems to take characters and figures from the entire lore. So I would have to go with Big Lob just because I think he'd be fun. There are other characters that I want, but I feel like they're going to make those characters eventually because I feel like they're doing everything. We're getting Shadow Tracker already. So I feel like those other characters that I want are pretty much locks. And there's some from the Valor versus Venom era that I think would be really great classified series figures, but I feel like they make them. Big Lob might be the one because he didn't really have a traditional 3.75 Real American Hero figure, and he was only in G.I. Joe the movie. So he might be one. I feel like he's probably on their radar too, but I would love to see them doing with the straight up Gumby haircut, the whole look, the jersey, and all kinds of sports weapons because I feel like the classified series team would really do it up. Now, you didn't say this, but I'm going to add it as well. The vehicle that I would want, and I'm nothing too crazy. I'm not going to say the flag, but I really want the whale. And I think that might be a little bit expensive, but I would definitely want it. I never got that I never got that as a kid. So I have this extra motivation, desire to get that. I think that would be my centerpiece vehicle next to the Mobat and the Dragonfly. So if I can get that, I'll be really happy. And if I get the Sky Striker, that's a bonus. But those are the main Joe vehicles that I really need, along with the Snow Cactus. We might get some snow in our area this weekend. And if I get just 2 inches, I will be outside taking photos of all my Snow Joes. So yeah, definitely going to do it. Thank you again for the super chat. And a cool question. Let's do lines. BK, X's swords or Fall of X box set or not? I started with those, but they lost me after it was like very clear. We're going to just keep killing off the X-Men and we're bringing back. And it just lost all the suspense for me. It was like, okay, nothing really matters. But if there's something I should go back and read with this, let me know in the chat because I gave up on it really early. But if I missed something, let me know. Steve Nahr, I want the Polar Battle Bear snowmobile. I know I bring that up every stream. Dude, listen, I'm right there with you. And that is one that has to be something they can put out to retail. And I feel like retail would love it. And especially areas that actually get snow. But that's an easy vehicle. And that definitely doesn't have to be a $50 thing. I feel like that could be a $30 one. Maybe if they package it with retro snow job, that would push it up to 50, but that's a $30 vehicle and they would do a great job with it. Put snow job, get Doc, and Gung Ho or Flash, do the whole box set scene and make it happen. But that's an easy vehicle that should be an absolute winner. Hopefully we'll get. Lost in Dreadnought Thunder Machine with 2 Dreadnought cycles. I love that. Dude, I mean, we got to get bikes for the Dreadnoughts. GMJ R30, I would pay $60 for a whole thing and actually do a thunderclap. Don't give him ideas, but I do think he needs that butterfly articulation. Northern Nomad, Karnak should have been put on Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body. Is that shorter? Or is that because I feel like the Miles Morales body would have been perfect for Karnak? And I'm still kind of looking like, can I make that happen? Just spray paint the body white and just use that? Because I feel like that height was perfect. I mean, I think everything with the figure itself is good. And you just take the elbows, the forearms, and just use the bracelets and the gauntlets. Figure's really good. It's just way out of scale. Lost in Sandman, Wizard, Trapster, and Medusa. Absolutely. That's the team. And Beltran, what do you think is a realistic mutant 5-pack for this year? See, you had me at realistic. I don't know what's realistic. I mean, they've done multi-packs where they just throw in random team members, so that could work. I wouldn't be upset with that one. For me, if I could get you get this 5-pack, who you choosing? I want Marauders because, yeah, that was when I started reading X-Men. So Sabretooth, Scalp Hunter, Arclight, Harpoon, Riptide, Prism, maybe. Did I say Harpoon? So, Scramble, maybe Blockbuster. There's so many of those guys that I would want, and I think a 5-pack would help a lot since we have Vertigo now and we have Sabretooth, sort of, kind of. I would like a better version of Sabretooth, but yeah, I would take that. Ryan says top 5 presently pre-order. 1 Retro Duke, 2 Retro Scarlet, 3 Airborne, 4 Quick Kick, 5 Marvel Legends Angel. Lawson, we get him Lifeline or Blowtorch this year? If so, I want Blowtorch because I need Doc before I get Lifeline. Doc Avenger, Trapster, and Pacebot Peter, same guy. I know. I was just saying that for people who know him as a different name, but for sure I know. Steve, one Joe is Quinn the Tracker. You got to get Quinn. But I feel like they would get him. We actually got to figure him in the Pursuit of Cobra Line. It's an awesome figure. So he's on the radar. Maybe in 2-pack with Dr. Venom. Absolutely fire 80s kid. Snake Eyes, I haven't seen Ifrit yet. G-Brew, my number 1 most wanted Marvel Legends box set would be a Morrison era new X-Men set. Cyclops, Jean, Emma, Beast, Logan, Zorn, Magneto, and Xavier. Shh, don't spoil it. That'd be a fun pack. Ryan, top 5 future coming in 2024. 1, Doc. 2, Torch. 3, Alpine. I thought they announced Alpine was a name-only one. Am I wrong on that? Because I need to put him on a different list if he isn't. 4, Cobra Ferret with Ferret Scout. 5, Marvel Legends Wasp. I want the whale too, for sure. I'd love a Kingpin in the blob size, to be honest, even though they're probably not making it anymore. That can happen. Jay Woods, give me a Marvel Legends Asgardian wave with the Warriors 3, Sif, Balder, Scourge, and New Amora the Enchantress. I will take that for sure. I'm so far behind on these comments. Sorry. Afton Child, there is snow on the ground where I live. I need to go up there and take my Stojos and Cobras. Updated Hope Summers, that old head sculpt is busted. Yeah, I guess. I wouldn't say no to her. I mean, she needs better articulation, so yeah. Lawson really wants some Hulk villains this year. Seriously wants someone other than Abomination and Leader. And he's got great villains. 80s kid. Hasbro's asking, what do you see from Star Wars The Black Series? What do you want to see? Army builders, army builders, army builders, army builders, and more characters from the Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, Clone Wars era. Make it happen. Charlie Pendleton, what's going on, my friend? RJ Eagle, what's up? Hope they made the armored Cobra Commander and the Cobra Pogo. Yes. Most likely retailed in HasLab. Yeah, the Cobra Pogo is a cool vehicle. Jeeber, yeah, they can't kill mutants and bring them back anymore. Krakoa has fallen. Orcus won. Cyclops is in prison facing the death penalty because anti-mutant bigotry. Well, they got to get my boy Cyclops out of there. A Miles Buck would have been better for Karnak. I mean, just, I hate when companies make those kind of mistakes where it's like, you have a better figure to use than the one you chose. Why did you do that? So, yeah. Original New Mutants pack. Yeah, that should be on there too. Blake, I'm sorry, I forgot to put this up there. You asked, did anybody see the latest Bad Bunny video? Features the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in it. I wonder if he shot that when he was still connected to, what was that character now that I've totally forgotten? He was supposed to be doing a Spider-Man movie. Now he's not attached to it anymore. But I wonder if he shot that video when he was still linked with it. I'd like to see Lions, a Cobra Claw, and a set of Joe Pack Rats would be cool inclusions. Yeah, those would be fun. Carlos Castillo. Yo, what's up, peeps? Late to the stream, but hope it's been a good night so far. It's been awesome. Glad to see you here, Carlos. Patrick Peluso. Hello. Rachel Summers, where are you exactly? Ryan says Alpine will likely be in the third wave for 2024. Pre-order in the summer, probably release in October. Yes, that'd be great. I want that for sure, especially in October. Carlos, has anyone gotten their mutton junkyard? I got mine. Figure the year, hands down. Looking forward to more Joes and their animal counterparts. Yes. Rachel Summers, Hasbro, release the Hound. You do that for sure. David Thanos, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, y'all. Resolution, get that Hogan 3-pack autograph. Do you have the pack already? Bazooka and Shipwreck are my favorites. So you only say that because those are the most recent ones you ordered. There's so many figures you got to get. G Brew, I personally like the Resurrection Protocols. They did something interesting. They did some interesting things with that, like Kitty's resurrection failing again and again, and until Emma figured out that she needed to phase out of the egg. I need to check about that. All right, so breaking down the rest of my list of 2023 figures that I still need to get. Wonder Woman from McFarlane Toys. I mean, I've gotten most of these figures. Wonder Woman, despite my thoughts on this head sculpt, looks really good. It looks like she's got great articulation. I gotta have her in this. I mean, there's no sense having this line and not getting her. Next up, the Storm Collectibles Kano from my Mortal Kombat collection. This guy looks great with the laser eye going. I wish he had hair, though. That's the one thing missing. I kind of like the blue colors they rocked with him in this one. He looks fun and definitely a good addition to the line as I continue amassing my Street Fighter, my Mortal Kombat collections, and Tekken when they start releasing more of those figures. Next up, Darth Malgus. I cannot believe that I did not get this figure. He looks amazing. He looks awesome. And the great detail on this outfit just makes him a figure I absolutely, positively must get sooner rather than later. Lastly, for G.I. Joe Classified Series Tripwire. And still upset that I did not get him earlier to include him in my top 10 Joes of last year. But he's got to be on there soon, and I got to grab him. What a great looking figure. So much detail, so many display options. Just really cool, really fun. Got to get this guy. And then I cheated, added another one. Of course, Mutton Junkyard, because how in the world would they not be on my list of figures that I didn't get yet? And definitely got to get them very soon. Maybe I'll get them with Tripwire, my latest Pulse order. We'll see. So then I asked you guys, what figures that have been revealed and announced do you want? Let me go roll through mine real fast. First up, this Sabretooth in this Wolverine 2-pack. Sabretooth looks amazing. They did such a great job on all the aspects with this guy. And he's got that sinister, evil-looking head sculpt, butterfly shoulders, so he can do the full-on swipe. That's going to be great. So Wolverine looks pretty good, too. But Sabretooth is just the gem. He might be one of my favorites from Marvel Legends that I don't have in my collection just yet for 2024 as well. So looking forward to seeing him. Then when I mentioned him, you know Angel had to be on my list because I've been talking about how much I wanted this Angel for forever. And so this guy looks great. Awesome looking head sculpt. The wings have articulation, so they're not going to be all wide spread out on the shelf. He's not going to be a shelf hog, which is really important. And just a great looking figure. And like I said, I might get two to paint those gloves yellow. Same deal with the boots. So I can have my full on Dark Phoenix look for him. And then keeping it rolling, the Vamp with Clutch, because in one of my favorite Joe vehicles, one of my favorite Joe characters, all in one set. Make this happen. This can't get here to me soon enough. And even though he doesn't have the 5 o'clock shadow, it does have kind of a cocky looking head sculpt. So, really excited about that. Next up, the McFarlane DC Multiverse Superman, classic colors. I got to see if I can fix those trunks to get the classic style with the belt loops and the circular buckle. But in other ways, he looks really good. Very excited about getting this guy and adding him to the collection. He even comes with a flight stand, so it's even better. Next up, the Mafex Nightfall Bane, so he can break the bat. Looks really impressive. And continuing with that Nightfall collection from Mafex, this towering, hulking mass definitely needs to get added to the collection. And I can't wait to grab him and break Batman just like that. So definitely one that I'm looking forward to. Next up on the list, oh, that was the last one. So those were my figures that I'm most looking forward to getting that have been announced and revealed. So let's see what all have been talking about here in the chat. In Beltran, wishlist character for Marvel Legends is a Danny Ghost Rider and classic Adam Warlock, but wouldn't care for plastic cape. I don't mind them when they're not. They have that really goofy peg that kind of keeps coming out every time you pose and move them. But the ones where they have it kind of engineered, like the Sentry, those capes are really well done. I think this new Visions cape looks good from what I'm seeing. Hopefully, I'll have them soon to break it down more. Ryan says, I don't think G.I. Joe ever made a female Arctic Joe. How about the Polar Battle Bear with an Arctic Scarlet and an interchangeable mast head for troop building? You know, it's funny because I kind of feel like Lady J was involved in more Arctic missions, probably more from the cartoons. So maybe she would work. But I wouldn't mind them doing a whole new character. I mean, we've seen them do this. So maybe they could create a new character and just bam, here you go. I'd be down for it. But I wouldn't want her in a mask. I'd like to, or at least that wouldn't be the only head sculpt. I like what they did with Shooter. And, you know, we've seen that with the Steel Core character. So throw that helmet on as another option, but give her a unique head sculpt too. Carlos, I think the next classified vehicle to be revealed this year would be Sergeant Slaughter's Triple T. I would take that. I mean, we got Sarge. That would be fun. Hopefully, we'll get the Marauders coming soon to join and hang out with him so they can hang on his tank and shoot that missile launcher to blow up Cobra Law and come through. Get them, brothers! You know, do the whole thing. That'd be fun. Lost, and I want a short haired rogue in her first appearance / Secret Wars look as well. Oh, we still don't have a Dr. Mindbender figure. Hopefully, they'll figure out a way to re release him. I'm damn glad to hear you got Sir Pencil, though. Jeeber, I really want more New Mutant figures. Danny and Magic are two of my favorite X-Men characters, and I need more representation for them on my shelves. Do you have the two that they released so far? Lost in a Law and Order would be a cool release for this year. I mean, get more of the rawhides. Hey, he finds the bombs. I tried the car. We tried it the other way, but it didn't work out. Ha, you just got Mud and Junkyard in today. Do you like him, GM JR? Lost in Sabretooth Wolverine Civilian 2-pack is on my list too. Sabretooth looks the best so far. Agreed. Carlos, yeah, I was so stoked when this 2-pack got announced. I've had out for so long for Sabretooth and Angel. I feel like they've done pretty decent Sabretooths, like the Age of Apocalypse one. I really liked how he turned out. Now you can actually put Wild Child up on him and like on his back and he's slung over his shoulder. Really fun. So you can do that real Age of Apocalypse look for him. The original style look, they could have fixed, but this one definitely looks like the Sabretooth of all Sabretooth. I'm gonna wait for a discount on that Sabretooth 2-pack. Hasbro ain't tricking me into full price for packs anymore. Blake says Angel looks amazing in Stoke, just standing with his wings folded up and back from great shelf presence. No, he's going to be really fun. And I'm not sure where I'm going to display him, if he's just going to be with the Dark Phoenix crew or if he's going to, I guess that makes the most sense because they really don't have defenders for him to team up with. And that look is very uniquely X-Men. Maybe I'll do the Days of Future Past lineup and have him with those crew. Lawson says, Angel might be my favorite looking Legends ever because he's 100% the way I'd like to see a retro character. On model with nice paint and great sculpt, two heads, too. Yeah, I mean, they really did a great job with him. And you don't need snarky, wrong costume if you do a figure this good. And I was impressed with the price tag. I thought maybe they'd try to go with like 44, 45 and say, hey, here's a deluxe price. When I saw he was 35, I'm like, that's fair. And I don't necessarily need to wait for a discount. I'm sure he'll be available later, but I think that's a fair price for him. G-Brew, revealed announced for 2024, Mayfex Phoenix, 2 Scarlet, 3 Goblin Queen, 4 Vamp, 5 issue 200 Magneto. Those are solid figures. 80s Kid, Vamp is a must. So is the Jim Lee 2-pack, as well as Retro Duke, Airborne, and Clone Trooper 2-pack. Yes. G-Brew, number 6 would be Angel. That Mayfex Bane looks more like a toy than a collectible. Plus, he looks scaled small. I know the OG Bane wasn't supersized, but still. DJ Jedi, what's going on? I would pay good money for a comic-based Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I saw a highly articulated 112 scale Jurassic Park T-Rex at Target recently, so a DD is not out of the realm of possibility at retail. I feel like if Hasbro were to do it, they may try to make it a Pulse exclusive. I don't think they would try a HasLab just because of her popularity might not be in at HasLab levels, but maybe for Pulse they could do that. Carlos, Visionscape is super stiff. The peg helps, but balancing him is rough so far. Got him with sticky tag on his feet. No, that's no good. Oh boy, we can't ever quite get Vision just right, can we? Brian, we can call the Arctic female Joe, codename Cold Shoulder. I love that pun. I love puns. That actually kind of works on multiple levels. Dog Avenger, I think Hasbro is wealthy enough to do cloth capes. They do it with some figures, so it's really not a case of they're opposed to doing it. It's just who they decide is worthy of a cloth cape. Jay, with the Angels new release, I wonder if Marvel Legends would feel inclined to make more variants. I love the OGT. Me too. I feel like we need them in the line at some point. I almost wonder with those original X-Men if they would use maybe like the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man mold for Cyclops, Angel, and maybe Iceman, but he should be a little bit smaller. And just I wonder how easily those wings would work with other size figures outside of that Vulcan mode, because I'd like to see them used for a younger Angel. And of course, we got several different variants we can use with him. David Thanos, looking forward to that Sabretooth Soundwave 40th anniversary. I'd like to hear more. What's going on with this Soundwave 40th anniversary figure? That Rock from the Family 3-pack, the updated Hogan UM Ultimate Edition. Yes, all those. But I need to track down more info on the Soundwave. Ryan, Lady J had more cold weather appearances in the cartoon. I thought of Scarlet from the second issue of the comic when Stalker, Snake Eyes Breaker, and Scarlet met Quinn. See, if we get Scarlet in the Arctic gear, then I'm going to need Snake Eyes, I'm going to need Breaker, and I need Stalker. So that's probably why I was leaning more towards Lady J, because I'm going to need all 4 of them to do that set. I wonder if that's too deep a cut for them to try like a PulseCon or San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I wonder. G-Brew, that astonishing Emma wouldn't have sucked if she had been released with a cloth cape rather than that stupid traffic cone. I have the Marvel Legends Danny and Magic. I also have a Magic statue. They did some really cool work with her. Ultra Run R Tech and Toy Review says 2024 pickups I'm most excited for. Mayfex, Stealth, Cap, and Winter Soldier. They both look good. SHF, Kenpachi from Bleach, and Epic Hacks Red Sonja. That Red Sonja does look so good. 2024 figure of the year, calling it now. I think she could definitely be in the running. David Thanos, Also loving the NECA Turtles Universal this year. I'm hoping Shredder is Dracula. That would make sense. Doc Avenger. I wish I got Night Force Tunnel Rat. I like it better than the original release. Waiting on Mutt and Junkyard. Is Night Force Tunnel Rat sold out? G Brew. Shredder kind of has to be Dracula, given that Splinter was Van Helsing. You got it. Jay Woods, Jeff, if you're having angel placement problems, why not a champions team? Did he wear that outfit then? I thought he had another wackier outfit when he was running with the champions. Of course, when I go to do a Google search, he's going to not pop up because they're going to pop up with the modern team. Yeah, he has a really weird looking outfit for that era with them. This was like his Hawkeye costume, where it was like, what are you thinking? Let's change this up right away, guys. So this is what I remembered from his champions outfit, and it was a little bit wilder. I wonder if they go that hard with that look. I mean, we're kind of rolling with this champions team, so maybe they do that. But I think that would be something they'd have to do in a box set. Lost in the Marvel Legends released a classic retro Stingray figure. I think I fade away like a Victorian grandmother. Make sure to clutch your pearls though. DJ Jedi co-signed on a New Mutants OG lineup in the black and yellows. Ditto for a redo of X-Men First Class on Team Bucks. That TRU exclusive from back in the day was so much trash. Angel had a terrible head sculpt. Beast was just, I don't know what they were doing. Cyclops, why? Such a bad set. And that would have been one, if they had done right, would have been a standout set that people would still be like, I don't need a re-release of this. This is epic. And somehow they just went the other direction. 80s kid, why did I not think of this earlier? Heavy duty and retro Cobra Commander. Jamlin Park says, I seriously doubt they'd ever do Unclassified, maybe Super 7. But what do you think about a Honda Lou West figure? You figured that out so fast yourself, you might be a rocket science. Listen, girl, all I got from you was a commercial and a lot of sass. I would buy a Honda Lou West. I would buy a Satin. Who else would I would buy? So many of those cartoon only characters from Classified series. I wonder if they do civilians. I would buy them. I wonder how many of y'all would too. Jam Jr. 30. Looking forward to Diamond Select Annihilus and Cap, Marvel Legends, both Logan 2-packs, McFarlane Starfire, and Classic Hal Jordan. Did he say he was doing a Starfire? I don't remember that. Yeah, but I definitely need a classic Hal Jordan. Oh, cheaper. Yeah, the fact that Todd hasn't released a Starfire is legit criminal. Jalen, ha, maybe a 3-pack with Honolulu, Quick Case Girlfriend Amber. You gotta get Amber. Hey, I'll buy it to the moon. Dude, you have me watching old JoJo cartoons again tonight. Let's see the lines. BK, how about that Fire and Ice Dark Wolf figure? Looks awesome, but expensive. I didn't know about that. I need to check it out. Yeah, or Satin. Cobra that got away. Randall says, has anyone asked for Kid Cable or a Mayday Spider Girl? You need a 5-figure set of the OG X Factor set. What about Billy Cobra Commander's son as a classified figure? Yes, please. Let's make Billy happen. Lawson, want a Spider Slayer robot with a screen with JJ's head on it for sure. Ultra Run, R-Tech, and Toy Review. So, Jeff, whoa, why you pause the stream orders? Really? So order that Studio Series 86 magnets. I'm going to check literally as soon as we're done here. Blake says select Crimson Dynamo. Select is making some bangers in the last few years and on the way. Yeah, they are. Lawson, just got my notice that my Dark Wolf figure is being shipped now. This is the, which one? Is that the one you just mentioned? Oh, okay. The Fire and Ice Dark Wolf. Nice. Doc Avenger, really want Dr. Venom and Quinn. Yeah, that's two. Yeah, those two. Dr. Venom is so plain, but I feel like the Classified series team would add so many gadgets and gizmos to them. But I almost feel like they would make for an easier sell as a 2-pack. We get Quinn, we get Dr. Venom. Maybe that's another Comic Con exclusive set or Pulse Con. I want those figures. I'm just trying to think of how they would work, but I would really hope we get those figures because I mean, I need my early JoJo comic book characters. I take a Fred Crimson Guardsman in his wooded attire outfit when they're invading Snake Eyes' cabin in the woods. I'd take all of that. Selena and Ram from the Master Vice. Yes. Crush. Yes. Including the Crush cup or goblet. Great going, kid. Jeeber, I really like a modern Thunderbird. He's one of the characters that benefited the most from Resurrection. Well, yeah, he had no time, so anything would be better for him. Lawson, what a bullet head. Crimson Dynamo, pretty bad. Made my own, but would love an official 60s, 80s Dynamo from Hasbro. Hopefully. I still don't understand why we haven't gotten him. DJ Jedi. I'm not sure if it's officially announced or just a rumor, but I'm excited for that Shield 3-pack that has swappable classic Nick Fury and Nick Fury Jr. heads. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what Nick Fury outfit would work with the Nick Fury Jr. suit. Porcupine would be a great bath figure for ML. You know, it's funny because I felt like when he showed up in She-Hulk, that was like an opportunity to get that figure out to us, but the reception to She-Hulk may have soured Hasbro's Marvel Legends team on making some of those characters into the line. I give it to Marvel Legends. They're one of the only companies making civilians, but there's so many more we still need. GM Jr. We still haven't gotten Vanguard from the Soviet Super Soldiers Winter Guard either. That's a team they're getting kind of dangerously close to completing, so they need to hurry up and finish them. All right, so then I also asked you guys, what are the figures that have not been announced that you want to see? I feel like all of you, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know a few of these. Cold, which ones I'm going to say. Number one, this figure right here, only in green instead of blue. Banshee is absolutely needed. I do not want this line to end and them going, sorry, we never got around to getting Banshee in his classic look. They finally got the cape situation squared away. Let's get this figure announced this year. I don't care how they release them. Just get this figure out to us. Pronto. Next up, this guy from Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, don't even care, but I need Yoda from the Clone Wars era, from the prequels, lightsaber in hand, not doddering old fool version Yoda. I need in his prime, fighting Palpatine, fighting Dooku, fighting battle droids, etc. This version of Yoda. So I really need that because I feel like they've taken way too long. Next up on this list, Flash from a JoJo Classified series. Flash is one of my original G.I. Joe figures that I picked up. I've always loved this character. I know there are some other cooler, better designed characters, but I gotta have Flash. We got most of my favorites from the original lineup already, but Flash definitely needs to get done. I mean, we got his gun already with Glenda, so I feel like he's on the radar. So I didn't think that was too big a stretch. So hopefully that faith will be rewarded with the reveal and the pre-order and the purchase of Flash in 2024. And then speaking of Mafex, Hal Jordan, I take all of these characters from Mafex. If they wanted to do a Blackest Night weave or just focus on them or just a Sinestro Corps for a little while, I'd be all about it. But for now, if we can't get the rest, I need a Mafex version of Hal Jordan. And they can give us an alternate head sculpt where he has the grain temples. That way I can get more of the Reign of the Superman look. And that way I can kind of subtly work up to the Sinestro Corps War with that tease. But I'll take all these characters from Mafex. But start off with Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. Let's make that happen. And next up, the Steiner brothers. Steiner line. Get these two from their NWA looks. I don't care about their designs, their costumes from WWE. This is how I want them. Maybe a little bit more colorful attire, but give me the Steiner brothers. Scott with the big party mullet, rocking that out. Rick Steiner with the headgear, crazy eye look to him face, the whole deal. I need these guys from my Ultimate Edition collection, so if we get them in that way, that'd be even better. And did I cheat? Yes. I need Retro Flint. I need him just like this. We got the parts. They can basically make him off a Rakondo figure. I'd be happy, but this figure, my favorite Joe, I need to get him with a retro love and attention because they've done some really great work with those figures. The retro Duke is like, oh, that's awesome. Now do Flint. And I think if Flint gets that same love and attention as the retro Duke, he's going to be my favorite classified series figure. So hopefully he'll come through this year. So let's see what y'all thought about. A Candy in the circus band and her bear outfit in a 3-pack that saw her in the Soft Master killed and Billy May Randall. I mean, we got to get my man, the driver with the Irish coffee too. Oh man, that was tragic. I was like, what is happening? Scrap Iron, you bastard. 80s kid, yes, we are getting Nick Fury. It hadn't been confirmed, but it's part of the rumored leak list. It has been pretty much perfect so far, so odds are pretty good we're gonna get him too. Marvel Select is doing a Crimson Dynamo. I'm really curious to see how he scales with the rest of them, Doc. So we'll see. Lawson, Banshee and Green with the button chops. We got to get that look for him too. Jamlin, you know what? Legends 5-pack would make a lot of sense. Serpent Society. I mean, I wonder if we'll see them in 2025. It's weird. We just creeped into 2024 and already talking about releases for next year. But with Captain America and Brave New World having some Serpent Society members, I think maybe that's where they'll try to sneak in a few more. Maybe not 5, but it'd be good to get at least 3 more members to the team because they really can't complete it. Man, a classic leotard She-Hulk. Jeez Louise. Yeah, for real. I don't understand why we haven't gotten that figure. I mean, there's just so many different looks, so many Avengers lineups that would benefit from getting a classic She-Hulk. And yeah, she's really overdue. 80 says these are all Star Wars choices. Quinlan Voss updated Phantom Menace Darth Maul, updated Captain Rex, and of course, season 3 Kanan. Blake, Flash was such a standout from the other planar Green Joes. Plus, he had lots of accessories. I mean, he had the visor that go up down. I mean, I was easily amused back then with my figures. And the fact that his gun, his laser gun, the fact that he had a laser gun made him cool, but it plugged into his backpack. I don't even want to try to figure out the physics of that, but oh man. And then even with his boots, where he had the little leggings that went around his boots, he was just so coolly designed. I was like, this guy is fun. Jamelin's with us. Flash was an early favorite of mine. I love the sci-fi looks of him and Tripwire in the original Real American Hero line. For sure. G-Brew. Figures I want to see announced. Ghostbusters 2, Egon Spengler. Number 2, Rachel Summers. 3, Fraction Era Kate Bishop with Pizza Dog. 4, Astonishing Beast. 5, Cassandra Nova. Really solid choices there. Cassandra would be a fun figure. Wonder how they would pull her off. Merce Pete. Dang, bro. Heck yeah, Mayfax Green Lantern would be amazing. I mean, if we could get like I ain't gonna be too greedy. Let's go with Sinestro Court. If they would just focus on that for like a year and do like 7, 8 figures from that storyline, I would be really happy. Now, this would be a great opportunity to get that McFarlane anti-monitor, paint him up, and do him that way. He would fit in a little bit better scale with this line. I need to get him to pair him up with my Mayfax figures. But yeah, that'd be fun. Merce Pete. I've been having a bunch of FOMO with all the top 10 lists. I spent so much money on action figures here this last month. What have you picked up lately? 80s kid. My last choice is Retro Cobra Commander from Classified Series. They may hold off on him since people who got the His Tank just got their Retro Cobra Commander. I'm assuming we're going to see him at some point, but they may put him out like November, December, just so people who have the His Tank version can kind of gloat and brag about it. Not that I'll be doing that, but can do that a little bit longer. Lawson, I want Red Ghost and the Super Apes, the UFOs, the Enforcers, Frightful Four, and a new Cloak and Dagger 2-pack with Cloak receiving a cloth cape. I do like the Cloak and Dagger. Those are really nicely done figures. I wonder if they do that. Blake says Marvel Legends classic Beta Ray Bill, a favorite character of mine, give him the same love as the latest Green Goblin with intricate paint and sculpted details. Yeah, he's got such a great design, and they went classic with him. I didn't really hate that modern one. I thought it was pretty cool, but I need the original classic look for him. David Thanos would love Steiner Ultimates. Merce Pete, Beta Ray Bill would be fire. Lawson also wants Leela Cheney and Disco Dazzler, new Better Sculpt, and a 2-pack. Jamlin, I second all of these, Jeff. I'm happy with the existing Flint, but I would really like to get a retro as well. You know, Rick Steiner have with the belt in his mouth would be cool. Absolutely. I mean, love those guys. They were so fun. I know I'm not going to get an Ultimate Edition Sting anytime soon. I would love for Sting to just stay in AEW, but sign that contract like Billy Gunn does so they can keep releasing figures from Mattel, because the AEW ones, not so great. Give us a Wrecking Crew. I'm with you. I mean, GM, we need the Wrecking Crew. Better scale, better articulation. Secret Wars style, not the modern look for him. Make that happen. Merce Pete, Beta Ray Bill Classic would be amazing. Not announced. Ultra Run, R Tech and Toy Reviews. Book of Boba Fett. Seriously, Hasbro. Have the SHF. But come on, guys. Also, Studio Series 86, Optimus and Megatron is a gun. Apparently, we're getting the Studio Series Optimus later on down this year. So we'll see how that turns out. Steve, they did Ripcord and Candy dirty. And then, you know, he's speaking of Candy. Excuse me. I wouldn't mind getting Professor Apple. I think that was his name. Candy's dad. Because he was a little roly-poly rocking the Crimson Guard outfit. And that was kind of nice having not a fit and trim version. He's a little plump, but he had that sinister smile to him. And he was like, yeah, I got this plan for your Cobra Commander. We can make a whole island. So that'd be good to get him in there too. Jalen, I'd also like to see the Steiner Bros with Letterman jackets too. I don't think Michigan would sign off on that, but maybe they could just do the basic one and, you know, point us in the direction where we can get some stitch on M's to do that. I'd be all about it. No Black Series Death Star droid. Next list, Blake. Next list. Atuma would be great. I'm surprised we haven't gotten Atuma yet. Randall, 1992 era Steiner Brothers. A Dusty Rose Midnight Rider. Would be awesome. Post Armor War Iron Man, the version after the Scarlet Armor. A Jason and Anakin Black Series. A gray jumpsuit set from Ghostbusters 2. Good choices, Randall. G-Brew, a second the Leela Dazzler 2-pack. Carlos says, we need an armored Cobra Commander in Classified Series. He's coming. You do not worry. That armored look for Cobra Commander is coming. We just got Raptor announced, and we've gotten a lot of those 87 era villains already. Cobra Commander's got to be coming soon, so hold tight. He's coming. Comfortable wants to know, was there announced the Black Series 3-pack Mara clone, Luke, and Joris? Yes. So I'm very curious to see how Mara's going to look, but I'm going to be on the hook for Joris because, yeah. I'm trying to see here if I actually have this still as my wallpaper. I do. So let's see here so y'all can see. This is my iPad wallpaper. So you know I'm all about Heir to the Empire, making that happen. So love to see that in figure form in Black Series, and hopefully it turns out fine. Blood Axe to go against Thunderstrike or HasLab Surtur. Yeah, Blood Axe would be a cool figure. Doc Avenger says my two big ones for Joe's this year: Doc and Nemesis Enforcer. And then there's this Cobra Mermaid chick. Mira, I think is her name. Yeah, she'd be fun. Eggs and Flapjacks. Now I am hungry. That sounds great. X-Men Team Suit Cable, Marrow, and Blackheart. Let's get that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 roster growing. That'd be cool. It's surprised we haven't seen Marrow or Dr. Cecile Reyes, because they were the three new recruits with Maggot. We got Maggot, and the other two we still need. So, yeah, that'd be fun to get those. Big Rib, Jeffrey. Cool. Made it before you filed this episode. We're running up on it. So you did make it in just before. Janley, you know how no one has really gone deep with the Green Lantern Corps since back in the DC Direct line? Realistically, I can see Todd doing them before Mafex, though. I'm surprised Todd hasn't gone all in with Green Lanterns. It's full of aliens, so he can go nuts, coming up with all kinds of creative designs for them. It's really interesting to me because I feel like that's one he could basically come up with a couple of bucks and he could go nuts, coming up with all these different head sculpts that would fit just fine with them. Randall G and the Simonson armored Thor to go against Loki and Hela and the Midgard Serpent. Make it so. Carlos, for Legends, we need a new Beta Ray Bill and Strong Guy, non-BAF. Yeah, it's probably about time that he can get worked in there without people being upset. Jamelin, newer Wrecking Crew for sure. Yes. Northern, I just displayed my old Wrecking Crew last night. Those jokers, should be so much better. I was so hyped when they made them because it was like, wow, we got the Wrecking Crew. But then I was like, these aren't good. We need better ones. Game Quest. Howdy, y'all. First time here live, but enjoying the channel. Welcome. I hope this will not be the last time we see you here in the chat with us. Every Thursday at 8:05. So you can book your calendar. Make sure you're here next week with us. Lawson wants some Doom bots, not the ones like Doom, the Kirby robots with the cylinders on their heads. Yeah, those would be fun. No Boogie Woogie Man Valley. Oh, yeah. All right. And Lasertron 2-pack. That's what he did, right? Yeah, I saw the cost of CoverGirl. $40 is wild for a figure nobody wanted. I wonder if she'll pop up at like Ollie's or Ross later on because I've seen other figures from that wave going and she is not. So I don't know what happened. Silver, red, and blue Snake Eyes. I love that look from the 90s G.I. Joe video game. That video game was a lot of fun. I spent a lot of quarters in college wasted a lot of quarters in that game, but it was really fun. Jalen, hey, a Black Series Battle Droid Army Builder pack would be cool. Oh, they did? Oh, C3PO head. Cool. They did what? Makes no sense. Lost this says Graviton would be awesome. Triton from the Humans would look so great in figure form. He would. So would Gorgon. Toma Ray would be awesome for sure. 80s Kid wants Waxer and Boyle. Go for them too. Game Quest. There's nothing I want more from Hasbro than faithful Marvel versus Capcom figures. I mean, I feel like with the Jada Toy Street Fighters, we've got their counterparts. Now we just need all the ones that match up to them from the game. I think they could do that. I mean, they're doing cartoon versions. I don't know why they wouldn't go into the video game style look too. Randall G. Number 1, Paul Jones and Bob Barron. Jim Cornette and Midnight Express. Big Bubba, Wahoo McDaniel. You know, they got him coming from Power Town. So he's one I'm going to be looking at very closely. The Raging Bull, Rock and Roll Express. Ole Anderson One Man Gang. UWF Hacksaw Jim Duggan. It's important to specify because Hacksaw at UWF was totally different. G Brew. It's kind of baffling that we got Maggot before Marrow and Cecile Reyes, given that they feature in more comics and are arguably more important characters than Maggot. I'm with you. Blake Tarpley says Marvel Legends ROM Space Knight. Make it happen. He'd be a really great figure too. DJ Jedi, Classified Flash is a must-have on the Marvel Legends front. Still need an accurate Superior Spider-Man and a Penny Parker SPDR 2-pack. That would be great. I want a classic comic book Baron Mordo too. I'm still shocked we don't have him. Crusher Blackwell figure would have a difficult time standing on his own. I mean, not if he's going after Akbar, Adnan LKC. Yeah, and Merce Pete. We got to get Baron Mordo. Doc Avenger says for Marvel Legends, we need Gabriel and Galactus's Punisher robot. Should have got that instead of that stupid Doomhead. Come on, Hasbro, get on the ball. Lawson, what classic look at Aunt May? Because only if she comes with flapjacks. G Brew, need a Gen X Emma Frost too. Yeah, and Banshee to go along with it. Maybe that's a 2-pack. All right, gang. Well, I'm just about wrapped up here. Thank you so much, as always, for hanging out with me on a Thursday night. It was a lot of fun hearing what everybody wants to see come through in 2024. Maybe what we should do December 30th, December 31st, 2024. We look through and see how many of these figures that we were shouting out, hoping we would see would actually get made in the figure form and we get our hands on before the year is up. So hopefully we'll have a few of them knocked out. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate y'all. This show is nothing without you. And if you didn't see it on the dashboard, I'm going to say it again here. I want to hear from you guys what other questions you want me to tackle, the rest of the chat to tackle for our weekly live episodes. So if you're interested, send along a video to lylesmoviefiles@gmail.com. And that way you can send it to me in a video and I'll air it on here and then we'll break down your question and go through it. If you want to talk about your YouTube and all that good stuff, do it too. So you can start email me at lylesmoviefiles@gmail.com. And until then, I will be back next week. I may do another video in the interim, but we'll see how that plays out. Again, I'll be back on Wednesday and of course 8:05 next Thursday. For now, this episode of Lyles Figure Files has been filed.